In this video I will present you the most beautiful 7 destinations that are worth visiting in Peru. Number 1, Huacachina. Huacachina is a desert oasis and tiny village just west of the city of Ica in southwestern Peru. If you're looking to party, go on a pisco tour, take a wild ride on a dune buggy and sandboard down huge desert mountains, or relax near a lake, this unique town will certainly leave you with lasting memories. Without a doubt, the activity that Huacachina is most famous for is sandboarding. Similar to snowboarding, sandboarding involves coasting down sand dunes on a wooden board specially designed for the sport. If it sounds terrifying, don't worry, it's actually really fun. Getting to Huacachina is easy. Daka nu aveti proprio vehicule, cel mi bon mod de junge la Huacachina este cu autobusal privat Peru hop, diorese este singural autobus care merge la Huacachina direct din Lima si Cusco. Autobusele publice merg door pana in orachal vesanica, de unde ar trebui sa arranjati un taxi pana la Huacachina. Number 2, Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu is an Incan citadel set high in the Andes Mountains in Peru, above the Urubamba River Valley. Built in the 15th century and later abandoned. It's renowned for its sophisticated dry stone walls that fuse huge blocks without the use of mortar, intriguing buildings that play on astronomical alignments and panoramic views. Its exact former use remains a mystery. It is considered by many to be the most spectacular urban creation of the Inca Empire and one of the most important heritage sites in the world. It sits on top of a mountain, 2,430 meters in the tropical forest, offering spectacular scenery with significant endemic biodiversity of flora and fauna. Many wonder how long the trip to Machu Picchu takes. There are a number of trekking routes along the Inca Trail to Machu Picchu. However, the classic Inca Trail route is a 3 to 5 day hike, and on average, it takes 4 days and 3 nights to reach. The fortress is special because each stone was precisely cut to fit together so tightly that no mortar was needed to keep the walls standing. Llamas really are trying to photo-bomb your holiday pics. Third, Ayacucho Aguas Turquesas. It is located 3 hours from Huamanga City. They are a group of 20 natural pools located in the Huancarilla district of the Ayacucho region. They have an incredible turquoise color. It's a delight for the eyes and for some impressive photos. The pools are at an altitude of 3,600 meters, so you may run out of breath. The most popular way to visit Aguas Turquesas is with a tour. Pentru a visita zona turística este voie de aproximative de 2 horas, sa nu uitam acest loc superb dispune cita un assembleu de cascade uimitor, specialitate locului este pistravul. Pentru a visita zona turística este voie de aproximative de 2 horas, sa nu uitam acest loc superb dispune cita un assembleu de cascade uimitor, specialitate locului este pistravul. Fourth place, Rainbow Mountain. It is also known as the Mountain of the Seven Colors, or more simply the Rainbow Mountain, is a mountain in Peru, with an altitude of 5,200 meters above sea level. It was discovered when the snow covering the surface of the mountain melted, revealing the natural beauty of the rock below. Patrivit anui article din Forbes este una dinter cele mai uimitor manuni natural ale pamanchalui. The hike to the Rainbow Mountain will take around 2 hours and is a distance of 4 kilometers, 2.5 miles. Throughout your journey you will pass through a vibrant green valley with the snow-capped peak of Apu Asingate towering in the distance. The route offers a number of activity options and is accessible all year round. It's one of those places where the whole journey is as amazing as the destination. Llamas, horses, and alpacas are dispersed all over the range, with local communities still living almost the same life as before but now also helping visitors discover the colored mountain. The scenery along the trek is just like the pictures, and even they don't do it justice sometimes. There would be some interesting things. Rainbow Mountain is at an altitude of more than half of Mount Everest. The mountain is made up of 14 different, colorful minerals. Weather can change rapidly from snow to rain to blistering sun in the space of an hour. You can rent a horse at any point on the way if you begin to find the trek difficult. You do not need to have one hired from the beginning.
Fifth place we have the Asangate mountain range. Asangate or Azangate is a mountain of the Vilcanota mountain range in the Andes of Peru, with an elevation of 6,384 meters. The region is inhabited by llama and alpaca herding communities, and constitutes one of the few remaining pastoralist societies in the world. High mountain trails are used by these herders to trade with agricultural communities at lower elevations. Currently, one of these trails, the Road of the Apu Asangate, is one of the most renowned treks in Peru. The area has four major geological features: the Andean uplift formed by granites, the hanging glaciers and glacial erosional valleys, the Permian Formation with its singular colors, red, ochre, and turquoise, and the Cretaceous, limestone forests. To get to Ausangate you need to take a public bus from Cusco to Tinque town. Buses go every 20 minutes and don't cost much. Buses leave from the Estadio de Parque Zonal, which is 10 minutes in a taxi from Cusco city center. The sunrises and sunsets seen in the vicinity of Mount Asangate offer an indescribable spectacle. Here, you can admire the intense turquoise lakes of the area, while mirroring the sky, a view that will remain etched in your mind. Asangate is the fifth highest mountain in Peru, but it may be the only mountain that will remain in the minds of many visitors. The sixth place worth visiting in Peru is Cusco. Cusco is a city that is known for its archaeological remains and Spanish colonial architecture. The Plaza de Armas is the central square of the old town, with arches, carved wooden balconies, and ruins of the Inca wall. The city of Cusco is also one of the places as the main tourist destination of the country. It hosts almost 3 million visitors a year. In 1983, Cusco Afast declared Patrimonio Mundial. Monuments and places of interest would be Barrio de San Blas. It is a neighborhood with workshops and craft shops. It is one of the most picturesque places in the city. Calle Hatun Rumiyuk. It is the most visited tourist street. Here you can meet the Archbishop's Palace, and appreciate the famous stone with 12 angles. Cathedral. This cathedral, with its Renaissance facade and Baroque interior, has one of the finest examples of colonial gold art. In the cathedral you can see important exhibitions of local artists of the time, given the fact that in this city Devel. Plaza de Armas. This square has been the scene of many of the most important historical events of this city. In this square we also find the cathedral and the church. Church of the Company. This church is considered one of the most beautiful Baroque colonial buildings on the continent. The facade and its altar are made of cut stone, and the altar is covered with a gold leaf. It was built over an underground chapel. Corregidora y el Convento de Santo Domingo. This temple was called the Golden Place, because its walls were covered with gold foil. Keeping this structure as a base, the monastery of Santo Domingo was built here. In interior Putetsi Vedia o Colectai Importante de Pictori de la Scuola Cusqueña.
The seventh place worth visiting in Peru is the Andes. The Andes Mountains or Andean Mountains, are the longest continental mountain range in the world, forming a continuous highland along the western edge of South America. Its varied terrain encompasses glaciers, volcanoes, grassland, desert, lakes and forest. The mountains shelter pre-Columbian archaeological sites and wildlife including chinchillas and condors. These are the 7 places worth visiting in Peru. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like.